Hi, welcome back. Another gaming podcast. Like 3 or 4 months in the making. Five for me, but like
Yeah.
3 or 4 for y'all. I'm here, Chance, aka Doomwaves. We are at episode number 34, and we're pretty excited to be back. It's been a long time. I know it's a really long time for me. I've been an extraordinarily busy person, but I'm here tonight, of course, with my wonderful, beautiful co-hosts, both Dustin Christ and Steven. Steven, how are you?
I'm so excited, and it's crazy thinking like this is 34 when all the episodes we probably missed, we could probably be at like 45 right now, like
Yeah,
legit. But we're at
it's all
34.
it's all Chance's fault too.
It is. It is
So
all my fault, and I
Well,
am very
since we
sorry.
want to put it on him, I'm cool with that, even though I share a lot of the blame.
I
no,
would take the blame.
it's been all of us.
Yes,
That's it's hard. It's hard to do this, even
and
on a monthly basis.
it's so hard, even with because I mean, people kind of know what's going on with some of us, but not. I mean, we told him about Chance starting up school.
Yep.
Dustin has a family now. I mean,
know.
it's insane. It's tough to get together.
Steven's kind of been in school.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
been at
With-
police academy, which is nothing like the movies.
I love
I'd
Steve
imagine.
Gutenberg.
or maybe it is.
Or maybe it is. You got a guy in there making sound effects all the time.
It could be pretty entertaining. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, we've just all been busy, and it's just awesome to finally be back. Yeah, talking to you guys. Hadn't heard Chance in forever.
And
Yeah.
Dustin, how are you?
How am? Wait, that was a big old mess of like everyone
was-
talking at once.
It was a big cut Steven off and ask how Dustin's doing.
Well,
it was a
no, let-
delay.
Steven, let's get one thing straight. No one comes here for the laggy gamer, all right? All right.
What
All right, now that we're done being assholes to
what a
each
see
other,
you next Tuesday.
I am fantastic, Chance. I am fantastic.
Good.
How are you?
Hey, I'm well. I'm tired, but I'm always a little tired. I've been out of town all day today. My father-in-law's birthday, and now, even as I sit here, getting ready to record this episode, I'm trying to finish my homework. That is due at 11 o'clock tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
I will have it finished, so fear not.
The commitment that he gives to this episode.
So if I get like quiet during a discussion of a certain game that I'm sure will be discussed at length, you'll know what I'm doing.
And I have like a 250 question test tomorrow morning. Got to be up at 4, but I'm here as well. Dustin, I mean,
I got work tomorrow, so I got to be
There
up
you
at
go.
5. There you go.
so we're so committed to making this episode happen for everyone.
That's right.
But without further ado, what should we lead off with? There's been a lot of exciting news. I mean, just within the past few weeks. I mean, forget about going back a couple months. But, I mean,
All that stuff's out now.
Yeah.
I know Dustin was overwhelmed with joy
Oh, my God.
a few days ago. So why don't we just go ahead and lead off there with
All right.
your dreams coming true.
My dream is coming true. We are getting ready to enter like the third golden age of Dragon Quest in the
Yeah.
West. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Dragon Quest 7 and Dragon Quest 8 have been confirmed by Nintendo to be coming to the West. So for all you people out there that have missed out on these two, one is a fantastic RPG. The other one, the previous port of it, not so great. But I played a little bit of the 3DS port, and Dragon Quest VII on the 3DS is pretty beautiful and awesome. And big RPG goodness coming to your 3DS. So amazing stuff. I'm happy. That's all. I'm done. I'm just like.
And Chance,
all I needed.
Chance, I know you really enjoyed Dragon Warrior, like the 1 and 2 entries. Are you gonna try to get these on 3DS?
Oh yeah. I played the shit out of 9. I got almost. I'm in the last area of 9, so I'm confident that I'll enjoy at least 8. I don't know a whole lot about 7, but I plan on getting them both. I love the Dragon Quest games, so
7 is
definitely.
good. It definitely needed like a facelift. And I'm kind of hoping the 3DS version picks up the pace a little bit as well. But if you like old school Dragon Quest stuff, like you would have no problem with 7.
Well, good. Yeah, because I love 1 and 2, and I've 1 and 2 and
Yeah.
9 are the only ones I've played. So
Yeah, it just like the PS1 port of Dragon Quest 7 would not be good for the youngins, if you catch my drift.
I was gonna say, what is your like? I'm pretty sure you're gonna stop it now that it's coming out now. But many hours did you put into 7? I thought you were on like 40 or 50, right?
I finished it. Thanks for keeping up with my videos.
yeah, I do
finished
that.
it?
I
Yeah,
do
finished
that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if anyone knows, he would. So
I think I watched a video about it.
What was it like? Was it like 90 hours? I think. I don't think
oh my word.
I don't think I broke 100, but I might have. It's really long, but the part of the reason why it's so long is because it's very grindy, and I'm kind of hoping that the 3DS port alleviates some of that because it takes a long time to grind up levels and also grind up job levels. So hopefully, like when it comes on the 3DS, it's not as bad as like an old school Dragon Quest RPG, and they kind of, I don't know, fix the leveling a little bit, so it's not as super long because it is really long, but it also feels kind of like padded in a way.
So yeah, so you're hoping maybe it'll take away some stuff that kind of slowed it down when they bring it over.
Like some of those jobs just take a ridiculous amount of time to grind up, and it's just
What in the world? And this video is only 2 months old. How did I not see this video?
That's how busy we are. That's how busy we've been.
Yeah, life happens.
Oh my word!
I've not lost. I'm serious. Like my YouTube watching has like gone so down. Like
Mine too.
yeah, I watch like the main people that I like watching, and then like a lot of other channels like Classic Game Room and stuff like that is just I can't even watch it because I don't have
Which
time.
is going away, actually.
Yeah, I heard
It's so sad. But yeah, I haven't been able to watch hardly anyone either. It's just, ugh. And the people who I normally like watching and enjoying, it seems like everyone's kind of slowing down right now. Everyone who I kind of watched when I started, like just kind of everyone isn't posting as much or anything these days.
Yeah.
But hey,
Except Johnny Millennium, who posts a video like every other day.
True.
What's his job now?
Yeah.
Is it really?
I don't know, but I like the last time I saw his like Patreon, he's making decent bank off Patreon. So.
Did he like quit his job? I don't even know.
Oh, I don't know.
It's none of my business. I don't really care. It's kind of interesting, I guess.
Only Dustin's buddies with him like that. I'm not that close with.
I don't know.
But back to Dragon Quest, because I'm pretty sure that might be the time where I actually need to go ahead and find a way to try to repurchase the old 3DS, because there's a lot that I'm going to be missing out on. Speaking of the Nintendo Direct with more Fire Emblem news, I'm guessing I didn't get to watch it, but I mean,
yeah,
with all these good stuff coming out again for it.
Yeah, they're going to be releasing the Fire Emblem Fates, but there's like a big box set where because there's 2 versions of the game.
Yeah.
So you can get both versions of the game, and then like the digital download thing for the 3rd version for like $80.
3rd
altogether.
version?
Yeah, it's like okay. So there's 2 versions going to be released at retail, and they're like opposite ends of the storyline. And then what the 3rd version is, it's like a short like revelations type thing where it shows you, I don't know, more into the storyline. But anyway, it sounds like this Fire Emblem game is going to be fucking huge. But you can get like all 3 in one fell swoop for $80 at like launch. So,
pretty
I don't
good deal.
know. Yeah, but if you just buy the normal version, you can then buy the other version of the game for like $20 on the eShop, and then they didn't really say how much the third scenario is going to be. So I'm kind of going back and forth whether I want to get that limited edition with everything or just kind of piecemeal it out a little bit.
Well, I'm wondering, going back to Dragon Quest again, which you just completed, so far one of my favorite games of the year as well, Dragon Quest Heroes, and I did see your video on that one. And I've been enjoying it just as much as you. I wonder if that really did. I don't look up sale numbers and stuff. I wonder if we did impress them enough by showing support and buying
Well,
that game, or was it coming all along and they were just taking their sweet time?
I kind of feel like, because I know how Square Enix is, I kind of feel like it was coming all along because Nintendo and Square Enix have kind of had this partnership bringing Dragon Quest games over here. They did it in the DS, now they're doing it on the 3DS. And I just feel like Square Enix was like, let's booster the sales of Dragon Quest Heroes by saying it's the linchpin for every other game coming out over here. And I don't know. Maybe I mean even people that I know personally around myself that don't necessarily know about Dragon Quest. They know of it, but they've never played one of the games. They still picked up Dragon Quest Heroes because they heard it was a good game. So I mean, I think if it sells well, like if I go to GameStop in my fucking small ass town and it's completely pre-ordered out and there's like 5 copies sitting back there in my small town, it's got to kind of be selling pretty well.
Oh yeah, something's got to be happening. And Chance, have you ever tried out a Gundam or Dynasty Warriors style game yet?
I have played probably 3 or 4 hours of, I think it's Dynasty Warriors 7. I bought it just randomly because I heard that it, the series was kind of like a hack and slash type action series, and I didn't want to pull the trigger on like Hyrule Warriors yet.
Yeah.
So I went for 7, which was like $4 or $5 at GameStop.
Oh yeah.
And I really like it. I still haven't managed to pick up Hyrule Warriors yet, which I really want to get. And of course,
well, you don't have a PS4, do you?
No, I sure don't.
No.
That's the catch. I was going to say skip Hyrule Warriors and just go straight to Dragon Quest Heroes.
Because it seems like, and Dustin, you can probably be the best to answer this because you've played Hyrule Warriors. Like me, you've dove into some of the Gundam games on PS3. It seems like they're finally kind of hitting the right chords now, especially with Dragon Quest Heroes and kind of what I want to see in those games. Where Gundam felt more hack and slash, and I'm not really earning anything. Was there any type of RPG aspect in Hyrule Warriors, or no?
Kind of, but not really. Not to the extent that, like Dragon Quest Heroes, it just feels like I'm playing an action RPG. It doesn't even really feel like I'm playing a Dynasty Warriors game, other than the fact there's like 1,000 slimes on the screen,
Yeah.
But other than that, it really does feel like I'm playing an action RPG. I think that's really where a lot of Dragon Quest Heroes' strong suit comes from.
I was thoroughly impressed at how much, because again, I was going and expecting, Dynasty Warriors, I kind of know what to expect, but I didn't play Hyrule Warriors yet, and I couldn't believe how much, like you kind of said, it made it feel like an action RPG more than just a hack and slash game. And it had me hooked, and each day I kind of wanted to complete. You kind of know how the storyline kind of goes. You do like 3 missions or something, and then you beat that like little storyline or whatever, and then you progress to the next one. And it just seemed like perfectly laid out, beat 3 or 4 missions in a day, call it a day, come back, you could play it for 15 minutes, you could play for 3 hours, and still have a good time with it.
Yeah, that's kind of, Hyrule Warriors was kind of like that, but I feel like Dragon Quest Heroes did it better because, like, if you just want to play for a little bit, you can go do like monster suppression or something like that, or work on trophies or something. You don't have to do because sometimes those storyline battles can go on for a pretty long time, but there's a bunch of stuff that you can do in very short bursts. So,
and they can be rather challenging. I think the last mission I finished off on, the boss fight I had to do, there was like a giant robot attacking a tree while I had another one shooting out a laser at me with two guys on those turrets
I know you're
shooting
talking
at
about,
us.
yeah.
Yeah. It took me 3 tries to beat that fight because just trying to figure out what should I do? Like what order do I need to do this in? It was tough.
Yeah.
So the game has challenge to it, and if anything, there's just because I know there's a Dragon Quest Heroes 2 already in the works, or maybe already be out over there in Japan. I'm not sure, but I'd like to see just small changes with. It kind of stunk always having to go back to the ship after every little thing, you know. Like I wish I could have
Yeah.
just went
Yeah.
back to the map screen, not to the ship, to the map, back out.
Yeah.
And the loot grinder that I am, I just love being able to get random enemy. Like in Fallout now, you have like legendary enemies and stuff roaming around. It'd be cool if there was a better way to get like items, like rare items in the game, rather than just up buying the next new thing in the store, or up it's time to buy the next new weapon in the store again. I kind of like seeing. I know there is boss weapons in the game, but it's more like after in-game stuff in Dragon Quest Heroes.
Right. Right.
So it'd be cool to see some stuff like that, but it's just it was hitting all the right chords, man. It's like
The,
getting it
the
perfect.
the worst thing for me in the game was recharging my heal stones. That just felt like it took forever.
Oh, and then yeah, it was kind of annoying going back for him. And, well, that first one would take forever. Then you can kind of quickly get the other ones filled up. But ay ay ay.
He waited
Maybe
like 5
incorporate just like
minutes
a
and
heal
then
spell. Hey.
Caitlin's home, just so you guys.
Hi.
She
Hi,
says
Caleb.
hi. Everyone says hi. How loud was my smooch on the mic? Did you hear the smooch?
No, I just heard the dog.
Yeah, I just heard
Oh.
the dog. I think I missed the smooch.
Darn it. Our romance isn't recorded for posterity.
Man,
Anyway,
but other than all that great, fantastic stuff being announced, there was also the announcement of a game I've been, I mean, literally past months debating over wanting to start up and play, but knowing of all the games that are coming out, that were coming out this fall, I wouldn't have time. And that was Twilight Princess on GameCube. And it now seems as we're getting the HD remake of that one, or just HD facelift for Twilight Princess. Have either of Dustin? I know you have, correct? You've played it.
Yeah. Yep.
Chance, have you played any Twilight Princess at all?
Nope.
Any interest in it?
I don't want to. I don't want to say no because I am a fan of Zelda, but if I'm being 100% honest, and I feel like I should be,
Be honest, man. Honest.
is that I have not yet enjoyed a 3D Zelda game. Like it- Yeah. Now that's not to say that I dislike any of them, but what I've played of Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker both, I just don't get it yet. That's not to say I won't. It's just I just don't yet. So never played Twilight Princess, never played Skyward Sword, never played Majora's Mask.
All right, I hear you. Skyward Sword has intrigued me because, or not Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, because Wind Waker when it first came out, it kind of seemed almost like a black sheep of the lot again because I guess of the darker tone it seemed like it was setting. Dustin, could you elaborate on this since I have yet to play it? Is it a more darker themed Zelda game, or is it just because it has a darker look to it?
Well, a darker Zelda game is like saying, a darker shade of white milk. You know, it's darker, yeah, but that's just mainly because you're dealing with a dark world,
Yeah.
all the time, and it's definitely a much more mature looking Zelda game, especially after they released Wind Waker, and then everyone's like, oh my god, we hate this cartoony look. And then they released Twilight Princess, and then it was supposed to be the mature, adult-looking Zelda that everyone wanted. and then everyone bitched about that game too. So it's one of those things where like I really don't know what people want when it comes to The Legend of Zelda because I played Twilight Princess and it's actually one of my favorites. I really do like it a lot. But it just seems like every time like a new Legend of Zelda comes out, like even with Skyward Sword, it was kind of getting razzed for some things,
Oh, yeah.
and I just can't wait until like the Wii U version comes out for Zelda U, whatever they're going to call it, because I'm sure people will bitch about it for some reason. But it seems like every Zelda game that comes out that's not a Link Between Worlds, everyone bitches about.
Yeah.
which I think is a perfect game.
And it is. No, trust me, Link
Yeah.
Between Worlds is pretty. I mean, I couldn't put that game down.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I've played it twice now, and it's amazing. It's rivaling Link's Awakening for my favorite Zelda game. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
I can totally agree on that because I love that game. But something about Twilight Princess is every time I look at it, you guys ever get the feeling like even just looking up and watching stuff about a game, you just know like you're gonna enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
you just have a
I'm sup-
feeling it's gonna be a great experience for you. Maybe
I'm
not for
surprised you
others,
haven't
but
played it yet.
it's I've been wanting to play it since forever, but I always find an excuse of it's Zelda, it's gonna be maybe 40 or 50 hours. I don't know if I have time, and yeah. So now I'm kind of glad I waited because I would like to play the HD version instead of the GameCube version. So it would be nice.
Yeah.
But
The weird thing about this game is, which some people were making fun of it when they announced it. This Twilight Princess has now been a part of 3 console generations.
oh yeah, because GameCube, Wii,
Yeah.
and now Wii U.
This is the second port.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little surprised they're doing it because of that.
I think they have
They
some type
already
of
put it on the
goal.
GameCube and the Wii, so why?
I think they'd have a goal, man, of just putting out maybe every Zelda game they can updated. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it seems like at this point.
I mean, I can't imagine it'd be too awful hard to do like an HD update. I mean, I don't know what all goes into it, but like, like Nintendo's internal developers aren't even handling it. Some other company. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're just gonna be able to just chuck that out and go straight to the bank.
And
I'm wondering-
and print money. Yeah.
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 Should we just go ahead and expect a Skyward Sword to come out soon? I mean, because
Skyward Sword HD.
yeah, I mean, because
Yeah,
at this point
probably.
it just seems like you're trying to update all of them. Which I mean, hey, that's
Well,
cool.
that's kind of what I'm wondering about Zelda U. Is it going to have the? Which I mean, if it has like an updated version of the Skyward Sword control scheme, I wouldn't be too upset with that. But at the same time, the thought of playing Zelda again with the Pro controller, that just excites me. I don't want to use the gamepad. I don't like using the gamepad to play games because I'm scared I'm going to break it. But that Pro controller is pretty awesome.
Well, go ahead and fill us in since you watched it. Did they announce anything with that Zelda U or the Wii U?
No, it just showed Link on the horse, and it said 2016. That's pretty much it. It was exciting because it is actually coming to the Wii U and not the NX.
Okay.
But then again, it's like there wasn't really anything shown of it.
All right, gotcha. Well, that's good. So, nothing like the possibility of maybe a dual release on that one or nothing?
Well, I mean that's always a possibility, but they didn't announce anything in regards to the NX. So
Okay. How about that Zelda one, Chance? Does that one have your eye at all? The newest
one
coming out? Yeah.
I don't know because I just have this weird. I'm such a downer. I'm sorry. I just have this weird like thing against open world games. Like I don't know.
Oh.
That's the thing for that one. Like you just said, open world. I need to see more on it. I want to know if it is going to be open world or if it'll be like
Well, even like
whatchamacallit
Ocarina
games
of
or something.
Time, like in what I've played of it, it's open world enough that I'm confused on where the hell I'm supposed to go.
Don't
So
play Fallout 4.
don't play Fallout 4.
yeah. So I don't know. I have a love hate with games like that, I guess. So yeah, it looks beautiful and it'll be cool and it'll make a lot of money for Nintendo, but I can't say that I'm like crazy excited about it.
Yeah, I really want to see a lot more of it. Like, I hope,
Yeah.
if it's like a Link Between Worlds, just in a 3D setting. So, I mean, you're going picking dungeons you want. That'd be an awesome mechanic. Or how open are they trying to get? Are they trying to get, like, I remember hearing a rumor, like Skyrim type open? I don't see Nintendo doing anything like that, but I'm wanting to see more. So, there's going to be something coming close, though. They'll have a exclusive Nintendo Direct all about it. Like, it'll just be for Zelda. But that's months and months down the road.
Yeah. The other thing is they showed a bunch of Star Fox, the new Star Fox.
Ooh, and I thought I saw someone type in the chat where who was it? I won't say any names in case I don't want people to flame them.
No, I
But
think it was Scott.
like, the more they see of the game, the less interested they're becoming in it.
Yeah.
So how is it looking?
I mean, it looks like a Star Fox game. I mean, the weird thing that I not too sure of is the control scheme of having, the third person view on the screen and then the cockpit view on the gamepad. That's
Oh, they're still sticking with that.
they're
Pushing it.
still sticking with that. And I mean,
Mm.
honest to God, I really don't see myself looking down at the gamepad very much. But I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, it looks good. The R wings now transform. There's like a walker, like the R wing can transform into like a walker that looks kind of like a dinosaur. It's weird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
And
that kind of goes back to, well, they didn't transform, but you could do tanks and stuff, and
well, that's the thing. And
yeah.
like the Landmaster is still in there, but now it has like a spaceship form. And then there is like a it's not really like a helicopter. If I say helicopter, it kind of gives you the wrong idea. But it's like a plane with like helicopter blades in the wing, so it can like hover and do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I need to look at some video of it because I've always enjoyed some Star Fox. So I wouldn't
yeah,
mind seeing. I mean, if it plays still like the older ones, I mean,
yeah. I mean,
I'll go with that.
I can understand what those people were saying. Like, it's Star Fox. When you see it in action, you're like, oh, that's great. I'm looking forward to getting it. But at the same time, I'm not like beating down like the door, like, yes, Star
Yeah.
Fox is coming out. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
like what people would act with the Metroid announcement.
That
Yeah.
see now Nintendo, that's what we need. We need yeah. Which
Which,
I still need to play Other M. I really need to play Other M
yeah.
just to see how bad supposedly it really is.
And if the NX is coming out so soon, it makes me wonder, like, if a Metroid was being made and then they just said, all right, we'll let it be the launch for the NX now and not even talk about it.
That would be, I mean, potential system seller for me if it was a Metroid at launch.
Oh yeah. Oh, what else is fresh on my mind here? Before I wanna, any other news that had been announced? Anything else from the direct that stuck out to you, Dustin?
A lot. Yeah, what stuck out from the direct is they really need to hire somebody other than Reggie and Bill to do these things because they are so fucking stilted when they do these directs. It's so hard to watch. It's painful to watch.
It's funny because I was watching a trailer for the HD Twilight Princess, and it had Reggie doing the voiceover for the Americas, and the video wasn't in HD, so I was like, because there's someone else putting it up and not Nintendo, so I went to the Nintendo UK channel and watched their HD trailer of it, and it was the same exact script, but a Japanese person was reading it. I was like, this is weird. They're in the UK Japanese anyway, but yeah, I get what you're saying. They all feel so scripted and everything, and just stiff.
Yeah.
And it's not like Iwata when he was kind of up there. He at least had a little personality, even though it was scripted.
Well, at least it was a guy speaking in his second language.
Yeah.
And you understood that. When it's people talking in their first language and they're doing like it's so bad that I can't even like give you an example. You just have to go watch it. But it's just
He's a real hands talker too in his vid and stuff,
Yeah.
man. Like he gets them hands going.
Yeah.
Reggie does.
So, but other than that, I can't really. Nothing's really. There's going to be like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, which I don't care about. There was a ton of Pokemon stuff, so if you're a Pokemon fan, you might want to go watch the direct on YouTube. But
Ooh, there you go, Chance. Got some
Well,
Pokemon goodness
I
coming.
didn't actually watch it. I didn't actually watch it, but I did hear that Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are coming to the 3DS.
yeah, that's actually a big
Ooh,
one. Yeah,
that is pretty big.
and the
With,
system.
with online trading.
There you go. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's pretty big. So I'm actually, because Caitlin really likes the first Pokemon game, I'm actually thinking about getting on my 3DS and she can play the original Pokemon game.
Oh, so that's what it's not going to be like. It's going to be digital of the original
Right,
versions, not upgraded.
right. It's gonna be
Oh,
on the
okay,
on
okay,
the
okay.
the eShop.
No, just Virtual Console.
Yeah,
I gotcha. And just through 3DS, not through the Wii U.
correct. I think.
And Japan is actually getting like a cool like box set thing that you buy when you buy it. It's just the download code in the box, but it comes with like extra peripheral kind of stuff. Like it's actually pretty cool. Like, I'm a little jealous that I'm not in Japan to buy something like that, but it's cool.
Uh, well, maybe we'll get some neat stuff once in a blue moon. It happens, like a Pip-Boy edition Fallout. That was pretty cool. But yeah, we never get really too much like neat stuff like that anymore. Which I want to talk about Fallout so bad, but I want to hold that off. Actually, I'm really interested in to hear how Halo's going. So, unless anything's on y'all's minds, I want to ask Chance what's up with some Halo because the prices for Xbox. I know Dustin, you said you'd be fine with that one, or maybe you'll get one down the road. But some of the bundles they have out there, like the deal Bruno got, that's insane. I don't know if y'all saw Dustin the post,
Yeah,
but for
yeah, I remember.
$325 Chance, he got like 4 games and an extra controller and an Xbox One. So it was a pretty insane deal.
Not bad.
But do tell, how
I
has Halo been? Because you love you some ODST. You really enjoyed Halo 4
must
and the
admit,
direction they were going. So, how's 5?
I must admit I haven't started the.
Timeout, timeout, timeout. Is his mic messing up for you too, Dustin?
His mic is terrible.
Yeah. I want to be
Oh,
able to
okay.
hear you.
Is this
So,
better?
keep talking.
Better, worse, better, worse.
It's still
It's
kind
very-
of,
Testing. 1, 2.
yeah.
It's very
Alert.
staticky.
Which is weird because it started off crystal clear.
Yeah.
But then it's,
Let me just do this for now, and I'll go get my other headset.
ooh, that's like
That's-
beautiful.
That's infinitely better.
Are you just like holding your
this
phone
is-
up like you're talking on it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
I could see that being annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go get my other headset, which is fine.
Okay.
Um,
But you said you haven't officially started it. The
no,
story.
I have not, and my brother-in-law did, and he says it was pretty awesome. He actually already finished it, but I do have a few things to talk about with the multiplayer. So, if you're interested in hearing about that,
Ooh, yeah, I love
Right.
multiplayer. Now,
Okay.
did this come with is because I'm confused on how the multiplayer worked. I know they had the Halo collection come out. I guess that had all the multiplayer for that game, all those games on it. Is Halo 5 just Halo 5 multiplayer, or does
Yes.
it have all those on it too? Okay.
it is just Halo 5, and it
Gotcha.
has absolutely zero of the problems that the Master Chief Collection netcode had. Like,
Okay.
Master Chief Collection still sucks to get online and play multiplayer. Like, it still takes forever to get seated in a lobby and start playing matches. Now, I think once you're in a lobby, it's not so bad, but it takes forever to get into a lobby. And I just don't care for how they handled like the lobbies themselves in the Master Chief Collection. You can't just get into a specific game and play just maps from that game. like on Team Deathmatch. Like I can't just jump on and play Team Deathmatch on Halo 4 in the Master Chief Collection. I can play the playlist that has only Halo 4 maps, but it might be King of the Hill or Oddball or whatever it's called. Just random game types that I don't care about, just thrown around randomly. So I just don't love how they handled the Master Chief Collection. Now, moving on to Halo 5, I did not play the beta when it came out, whatever that was, I guess it was about a year ago, last winter.
Hmm.
Right after I got my Xbox One is actually, I think, when they announced it, or when it was open beta, anybody could get on and play. I saved myself from that. I didn't want to mess with it, and I'm glad I did, because people that had played it, that had talked to me about it, said it itself was kind of lackluster, and it's like, I'm not surprised. It's beta. The game is a year away from being released, so yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that it's not amazing.
Yeah.
So I didn't think much of it. Now, I got Halo 5, and like most things with the Xbox One, when you first insert it into your system, it requires a lengthy install time, and this game is like 50 gigs large,
I was gonna
right?
ask, is that so? I remember Dustin telling the horror stories when he went over to Ernie's house that night
Yeah.
of how
No,
is it still like that to this day?
it's okay. There's two things. One, the install time is actually not that bad, but what is bad is the immediate 9 gig update that took 2.5, 3 hours to install. So I put the disc in at like 6 o'clock on the day it came out, on Tuesday the 26th, 27th, whatever that was,
Yeah.
27th, and I wasn't actually playing until like almost 10. And but once it was done, it worked perfectly. Like there was no glitching, no problem getting into the multiplayer. It worked perfectly. Now my point is, why the hell did it take so long to download an update that was not even like a third the size of the game? Like I didn't.
Nine gigs would take me. I mean, you probably got way better internet than me, but 9 gigs would take me a
Yeah.
long time to
Yeah,
download.
so I'm complaining about 3 hours, but I'm sure there are people where it took like a day
Yeah.
or something to download that update. It was bad, and I had the option to download the update while it was installing, but I just felt like that would make the whole process take longer. So I did the complete install and then the update
Can you play
afterwards.
while installing? Because I know the PS4
No,
will let you.
no.
So
Well, you
okay,
you can on some games if they don't require an update
okay,
a
gotcha.
day one. If they don't require like a huge ass update,
For
yeah,
online play and stuff.
it'll
Okay,
like pop up when you can start playing. It's usually like 35 to 40%, something like that. It'll pop up and you can play. But with Halo specifically, I couldn't do anything until the update was completed.
gotcha.
Um, but man, there are so many good things going on in just the little bit that I've touched of the multiplayer. SWAT is where I've spent the most time. That is absolutely my favorite game type on Halo 5.
That's my
It is
favorite too, man. Love
oh,
some
it's
SWAT.
so good, so good, so good. There, and for the unfamiliar, SWAT is just no radar and no overshield. So you get a headshot, you did.
That was back in the 64 days with GoldenEye when you just played Golden Gun rules, just one shot to
Yep.
kill
Yep.
people. I hated
It,
playing any other way.
Yeah, and Team Deathmatch is like it's still fun. I enjoy, or Team Slayer, excuse me. Slayer is still fun, but after playing SWAT for so long, like you go back to Slayer and it's like, why won't you die? Like it just takes forever to kill anything.
Hmm.
Uh, but a big difference from Halo 4 to 5 is they've gotten rid of the loadouts completely. You every single map you start with the assault rifle, no matter what. You start
Okay.
with the assault rifle, but every map has a I forget what they call it actually specific. It has a name. It's like weapon platform or something like that, where a specific gun spawns a good weapon spawns like every I don't know 2 or 3 minutes, something
And
like that.
it's a race to that gun,
Yes, absolutely.
like a
Uh,
sniper rifle or
Yep,
something. Eh?
sniper or a rail gun or a rocket launcher, something that is going to be effective for the map that you're on.
Gotcha.
And so it's cool. But what I did like, and it reminds me of the ordnance in Halo 4. Like when you get a certain amount of points in Halo 4, you could call in an ordnance and it would drop a random. You could choose between three different things and it would drop that like a care package type of thing. So it reminds me of that, but it's for anybody to get at. And there's a timer, and the announcer says like how long till this spawns. It also reminds me of like Quake 3 specifically,
Hmm.
like where you have like the health and the armor that would regenerate, on a timer. So yeah, I mean to a degree, certain gun could control the map, but there's also a lot of guns laying around too. So you're not tied to the AR specifically because you can pick up almost anything on the battlefield. But you know, it kind of evens the playing field, I guess, a little bit. Because certain people, were better with the DMR and the battle rifle and stuff like that, and then other people just stuck with the lame assault rifle. And
Gotcha.
but on the bright side, with that new rule, I feel like they improved the assault rifle. It feels better. It feels like it doesn't take quite as long to kill things as it used to. You don't have to use an entire clip anymore, just most of one. So I don't know. I feel like the AR is a little bit better than it used to be. Let's see what else.
It's crazy because when I watched one guy play on Twitch when it was near the first day of it, and he was in like an arena mode. I guess it puts you in like an arena, and they kept having these different rounds. That looked okay. I guess I was more into the traditional Slayer SWAT style
Yeah,
that was out there. But what surprised me is how, because I love watching Twitch. I love it's like TV for me. It's just watching different streamers every day. And I was pretty shocked at how drastically Halo 5 fell down the list on no one just
yeah.
likes to watch people play it.
Well, it
Like,
it it
what
came
was,
out at a time with like so much other good stuff though, so I'm not surprised.
but it's crazy because thinking back on in the glory days where it like reigned supreme above all first person shooters, just to see it, I guess, not up there anymore. Like, just people don't care like we did back in the day.
To kind of prove that point, I until we started recording this episode, I wasn't even sure that it was out yet.
Yep.
So that tells you something.
I wonder
It's
what
been out
does that, though.
three weeks.
Because it's a series like, I mean, the first two I loved. I mean, then the third one come out, so much anticipation on the 360. Even number four I was
4 is
stoked about,
amazing.
and it had a great storyline.
Oh, 4 is so good.
But I wonder what, I mean, it's not like they're coming out every year. I mean, it takes a
No,
couple
it's been
years for them
a
to
long
make
time.
them.
Yeah.
So I wonder what happened, like why it would have been a system seller for me at one point, and it was gonna be, but it just kind of wasn't. I wonder why that
Yeah.
is, like how that happens, like what makes that change where you're like, you know what, I'm good now. But
Well, it is the let's see, seventh game in the series.
Yeah.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
count the Halo Wars and all that stuff.
Well,
No,
it's not even
not
Halo
even
Wars.
Halo. That's ODST and Reach.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
ODS here. I forgot about Reach, man.
Yeah. Reach is more like 0, and so
Yeah. A series I still love and really want an Xbox One for. I will eventually have one and will enjoy that game. But
yeah.
from what I've
I
heard, though, it said that it's been the best online, is what I've been hearing people say.
Yeah.
People say it is the best as
It
far as out of all of them.
it is excellent, and it's pretty easy to see too. A lot. of similarities with Destiny, and not so much the other way around. Not so much the Destiny is to Halo, but more like Halo 5 is to Destiny. It's kind of an odd thing. You got these requisition packs that you get now that are kind of like the what I don't even remember what they're called in Destiny. The things you pick up that you can go get guns and
Oh, like
armor
Vanguard
and
marks
stuff.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like the little silver, green and blue and whatever color, purple for legendary.
Ingrams. Yeah.
Yes, those. Sorry, it's been about a year since I played that game, but
Shame
it's
on you.
I know it's kind of like those because you get points, these rec points in along with your experience in multiplayer, um, and you can also use real money to buy them if you so choose. But they don't do anything like it's not pay to win. Like they don't do anything for you. It's just like buying the packs is like it you unlock like helmets and like
Aesthetic
uh
stuff. Or,
yeah,
okay.
it's like armor type stuff, and like there's a ton of customization with that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool if you're into that sort of thing. And it there's also a game mode called Warzone, and I haven't played it, but one time my brother-in-law was telling me a little bit about it because he played it quite a bit more. But Warzone reminds me of a little bit more like a almost like a Battlefield type of
I heard
game
that was
mode.
an awesome mode.
Yeah, it's a huge lobby. There's a ton of people in there, and it's a huge map, and you're trying to like perform objectives, like get to a certain point on the map and destroy this thing before the other team gets there, and that type of thing. So it's a huge thing, and then there's also like aliens, Covenant in it too, Covenant and Prometheans. Like so, you're not just fighting the other team, like you're also fighting a common enemy. So it's a really good step. Like it's a really good game mode from what I played of it. And there's also like weapons and vehicles and things in the within the rec packs that contribute to that game mode, but I haven't explored it too much to be able to explain it very well. But
Yeah.
so in that right, I guess it can to some degree be pay to win. Like if you're willing to drop a bunch of money to restock your weapons or vehicles for the Warzone game mode. I don't know. It's not the same kind of advantage like buying specifically one piece of armor, one gun that's going to help you defeat the enemy. It's more like, well, you could spend money to open up these packs that you would earn anyway by leveling up or just gaining the experience. Like you would get these anyway. So
Uh,
why spend? But so the money option is for impatient people who just want to just buy them because they can. So
well, by the time
whatever.
I get it, unfortunately, the online will be dead anyway. So,
Probably.
whenever you
And
play
that's a
the
shame.
story, let us know how it is.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to do it soon, but I'm actually playing one other game that's getting in the way of that, and I
We'll
guess we'll
hint on
talk
that
about
one
that.
shortly. Yeah, we'll hit on that
Yeah,
later.
but I will freely admit that I think that Halo 5 is an absolutely brilliant game, but I'm also not surprised that it's not keeping up with the other titans that are out right now.
And
So
unless this is the other game you're talking about, which we can hold off till later to talk about it, did you pick up Black Ops 3?
yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, we'll talk about it later then. I had a feeling it might be, but
Yeah.
man, Chance, I wish you had a PS4 so you could play Destiny with me. Ugh.
Yeah, because that was actually I was
Take,
really
Taking
really
King
considering
has been
buying Taken King.
so fun.
I really considered it.
Alex is almost on the cusp to where he can raid with us, but other games have coming out that have distracted him from the perfection of Destiny.
Are you still playing with Haas?
Didn't buy the expansion yet,
Uh,
so But you've
I
been
haven't
seeing
talked
all
to him
his
about a
other
month.
computer issues and stuff, so he's got other
Yeah.
things to worry about rather
Yeah,
than getting
I haven't
Dustin.
talked to him in a little while.
Yeah.
He's been busy. I've been busy.
But what was that? I was just reading something that made me want to propose another question.
I'm sure that I've forgotten things that I enjoyed about Halo that I wanted to talk about, but
No, this wasn't
uh,
about even Halo either.
oh, okay.
Forgot what it was on. Dustin, the picture you posted, Henry David Thoreau.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Who is
for real.
he? You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
It's an author.
He was a writer who went to Walden Pond and like I can't remember if he created the Transcendentalist movement or if he just was a part of it and popularized it. But he what was the book called? On
Well, he wrote Walden, and then
Walden,
it was
yeah,
Walden, Merrimack, and Concord, and then
yeah.
there was one other one. I forget. I have the box set sitting on my shelf. I can't
It
see
was
it.
admittedly the post on the Facebook page was a little highbrow.
I think it went
But-
over everyone's head because no one's responded to it.
But that's the cool thing about Fallout is that they tie in like real world locations, and
Yeah.
it's cool to see.
Which
I
you
think
know
the
what?
third one's called the Main Woods. Sorry.
Since we're on it, let's just go ahead and talk about some Fallout because Chance, you played some Fallout 3 Game of the Year
Yeah.
edition.
No, not Game of the Year edition.
Oh, I thought you had Game of the Year one. My
Nope.
bad.
Just regular
Um,
old edition.
I'm guessing it's hit the old back burner though. Correct?
Yeah, that was actually after I played Rage
Yeah.
last summer, which is funny that I played Rage and loved it, and then I played Fallout and got bored. So
Well, you know what? They made the best change ever, which might get you to like Fallout 4.
Sprint.
They put a sprint button in there.
Well, that's good news.
And I think a lot of people don't even use it, but man, I love that.
I use it all the time. I don't
Okay.
know what you're talking about. I get into situations and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here, and then I never have any AP for my VATS because I'm always running away from stuff.
Yep, but Fallout 4. First and foremost, big super shout outs and thank you to Alex Turner Base for pre-ordering 2 copies of the Pip-Boy edition because without him I would not have been able to get mine. He gave up his PS4 edition to me and he kept his PC version, and I'm so thankful that he did that because as soon as that got announced I knew, like, you know what, it looked a little kind of silly, like Pip-Boy, and you're going to have to use your phone to get it to work. But I just had to have it. And within like a few hours, it was already sold out here, so I couldn't get any. But thanks to him, I was able to get it. I mean, so thank you, Alex. But man, has this game... Even I got bored with Fallout 3. And New Vegas is what renewed my interest in the Fallout series again. But this game is just blowing me out the water of Fallout 4. I know Dustin, I have seen it. This was his free weekend, which I'm sure he'll tell you about all the Fallout 4 action he's had, because every time I was logging in, I was seeing Dustin in Fallout 4. I'm like, what are these people doing? And Joe, X-Core Muffin X, he was literally on for at least 12 hours straight one day. And I'm just sitting here jealous because yet I'm on my PS4 and not able to play it. Yet everyone around me is being able to play it because I have children who want to watch this or doing something else. But
Wah, wah, wah.
from the 15 hours I have in it now, we've had some great games this year, folks. We still got some more coming, but it's my game of the year so far, without a doubt. I'm just loving it. I know it's going to be a big debate for you, Dustin. You played some great stuff this year.
It's there's no debate. I mean, there's absolutely no debate. Like the sense of exploration, just the things you can do, how open your character can be. Like I'm sure you're probably playing a much more like tactical like shooter person. Like I'm all perception and charisma. Like I just want to talk to people and do those conversation trees and stuff like that, and I'm sure other people. I mean, there's just so many different ways you could play the game.
Many,
I mean,
yeah.
And like we were talking today in the chat. And I was talking about places I've been, and Scott and Alex were like, "Oh, I haven't been there yet," and they were talking about places that they've been, and I haven't been there yet. And Joe is just like all over the place. Like
He must just be doing big circles around the map, and then like I'm just gonna stop here. I don't know.
yeah.
He's all over the
So
place.
So I mean, just I don't know. It's one of those games where like it's your own. It's like Mass Effect or something else where it's like it feels like it's your own personal story and it really ties you
It's so
more into the
close.
game. Yeah.
It's so true.
And everything about it just feel. I mean, the only thing I don't like is the bugs. But when you get like into these types of games, that's going to happen. Like I posted a picture in the chat of one of the caravan Brahmin. Like it was just laying on top of a building. Yeah, I don't know how it got up there, but
I found myself using the screenshot function on your systems here in this game more than I have in any game so far. I have a collection of pictures I'm just storing up to like put in a video or something of everything I'm finding in this game
yeah.
or that's happening. But Chance, just to lay it out for you, because you said you're not one for like open world games. You can't you're not really going to get lost in this game. You're in the sort of way like you're going to get lost not knowing where to go. You're going to know where to go. There's going to be like a
There's
spot
just
on
gonna
the
be
map with a marker saying, "Hey, this is your next stop. This is the quest you want to do. You can go there." The problem is while you're walking there, you're running into 80 other places that you just
all
don't want to
this
walk
other
by.
stuff.
It's not a quest, so to speak, that you're on, but it could be just an abandoned building. And you're like, oh, well, I wonder what's
Yeah.
in this abandoned building. And then that abandoned building has a big, huge underground basement dungeon in it. And you're like, oh, well, where'd this come from? Let me explore it. And 2 hours later, you forget you're on a quest that you're trying to do.
Or you walk past the middle school and then you just start investigating this middle school and then you go down to the basement. And as you walk around the corner, you see the door to a vault and you're like, well, I'm not going to be leaving here anytime soon.
And it begs the question, am I supposed to be here? Because some of the stuff you walk into, like that vault, it's like, is this supposed to be part of the story? Am I going in here before I should? That's one of the things I'm getting a little concerned about. Am I getting into areas I'm not going to mess. I hope I don't mess the story up in, or I don't really want to replay it again if I have to go in there. Like if I just took an hour and a half or 2 hours to clear out a school building, I really don't want to have to go back through, even though it will be quicker next time.
That's the funny thing. Like I stumbled upon that vault, and when I went in there, it just started the quest for Vault 75.
Oh,
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming that you either maybe like through some NPC get sent there, or maybe it's just something you're supposed to discover. You know what I mean?
interesting. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that is interesting.
Yeah.
That would be cool if that was a system that was in place. That way, it could skip you like having to, like in games where you can only start this chess point or quest chain if you talk to this guy in this town, but you need to go to that vault. But hey, if I just show up at the vault, just give me the quest.
Yeah.
Like make it easy. But one of the other big things with this game, other than how I know you were saying earlier today, Dustin, how the map doesn't look that big, like when you're really kind of
Yeah.
looking at it. But man, for some reason, I guess just with all those buildings to explore,
That's what I.
it
Yeah, that's what I
feels so
said.
big.
Yeah, because I haven't gone into like Boston proper yet. I've been on the outskirts. So like and like for one of the quests, I had to go actually through Boston. And as I was like going through the town, I was like, oh my god, there is. I
There's
mean,
little things everywhere, man. There's like
once you get into Boston, you're not gonna. I mean, I just went to the quest to make sure I got it done, so I could start talking to Preston again and get quests done.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, once you get into that like southeastern part of the map, man, you're not getting out of there. There's so much to do.
Have you actually gotten to Nick and started his quest line yet? The Nick
No.
Valentine. Okay.
You guys were. Is that like Diamond City?
Yeah, it's in Diamond City.
Yeah, I haven't started Diamond City yet.
You know, I think a lot of people are in the same boat where
Yeah.
when you got that quest, you saw that Diamond City was way at the bottom of the map. So you're like,
yeah. Now,
or at least in
now
the
it's not
middle
that
of it.
far.
Yeah,
I have so many settlements around there that I can easily just
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you're at the beginning of the game, and then a couple hours into the game, it tells you to go to Diamond City, way at the near the south end of the map. You're like, well, what in the world? Do
Nah,
I really want to
no.
go down the whole map already?
The one that's going to make you shit your pants. Have you done the castle yet?
I have the mission for it, but I haven't started it. Like, I don't want to go to it yet.
Okay, so you haven't like talked to Preston into starting it.
I talked to him, and he said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "No." He's like, "Well, let me know when you're ready."
Okay.
Okay.
Like when you get ready to go and where it shows up on the map, you're gonna go, oh my god. It's like the extreme southeastern portion of the map.
And you have to walk it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that could be rough.
That's where I was saying I kept finding like super mutant like areas to
Oh,
get
wow.
stuck in. Yeah.
Which was going to beg my next question, because today I was doing the story mission. I do a mission. I mean, very rarely in between. It's like one mission and then go loot buildings for 2 hours, and then like, okay, I'll do a mission again now. That's kind of how the formula's been going for me. And I finally did the story mission today called Reunion, where I'm kind of going with a detective to try to see if I can maybe find the guy who took our son at the beginning of the game. So that's not spoilers, people. It happens at the beginning of the game, or maybe it could be, but oh well. Um, and in this mission, I'm level 15 right now, or 17. I'm level 17, and in the area I'm at, I'm killing enemies fairly easily. But I was watching a streamer today who got there, and he's level 28, and the enemies are giving him some trouble. And I know he's playing on a higher difficulty, but I'm wondering if the enemies do kind of scale to your level or not, or do you think it's set like the enemy levels in the game?
I don't know. They seem to kind of be keeping pace with where I'm at level wise. So, but then again, some earlier ones are really easy to
Yeah.
deal with. So I'm not too sure if it scales or not.
That's because I was wondering if you can really, like you said, you're wandering into these mutant places, but you were having trouble. So I wonder if it is a level cap issue trouble, or just your gear is not ready for the area, kind of sort of thing. I don't know.
Or it's just that there was a huge swarm of them and
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for it.
I've been killed by weak enemies, but just because it was a swarm of the bee things, like they're like bloodsuckers or whatever, I mean, 4 of them got surrounded me and killed me. I mean, it's insane how quickly I could kind of die, but if I was in a more manageable situation, or if VATS would actually stop the screen like it used to, instead of the way it is now, I might have had a chance, but
Just when you get ready to do the taking independence level, just get ready for some extreme frustration.
oh man.
Because not only do you fight a big boss, but there's also a legendary in there
Ooh,
that
nice.
no, it's not nice. It's not nice at all. It was mostly because I didn't take like anything like heavy. Like if you take a fat man, you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
I didn't take one with me.
In the game chance it has, one of the things I really love in the game now, because I love Diablo and stuff, there's legendary enemies in the game. So you can go up to this enemy that's legendary, and he's going to drop a legendary weapon or armor set. So it's like this extra incentive to want to hunt down legendaries in a game, like getting an orange legendary in Diablo or something. So it's pretty cool in that
I
sense.
love Diablo.
Because I love getting new gear. Anytime, I think I'm like the most excited about anyone when I get legendaries, because I'm always sending pictures like, hey, look at the legendary I got. Let me see y'all's. Let me see your legendary, Dustin.
I've not gotten a single good legendary since starting the game. Like it's all crappy armor that I'm not using anyway, or it's
Yeah.
like some shitty melee weapon, which I never melee in Fallout.
I'm gonna try a build after this, because there are so many legendary melee weapons. I want to give it a go.
It's because no one uses them. That's why they put the most in there.
I apparently have one of the most overpowered legendaries in the game, so it's pretty cool. It's an explosive shotgun chance. When you shoot
Nice.
at enemies, they'll literally explode. So
Is
it's
there
pretty
an
cool.
explosive shotgun in Bioshock? Isn't there like explosive rounds?
I think you can get explosive rounds in it.
Sorry, I just like Bioshock.
Bioshock is a great game. That's okay to like. It is
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
to like Bioshock. It's not okay to like Paper Mario Sticker Star.
Hey, shut up! That game is amazing.
Oh, that's another thing that was on that Nintendo Direct, Chance. There's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be a game that mixes the two Mario RPG series.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that there was chatter of another Paper Mario coming out, but I didn't really know anything about it.
I actually
Yeah.
did see a little bit of that. Hopefully, it leans more to the Mario and Luigi type of combat. So,
See, I haven't
It
played
does
any
look
of those.
it does look more Mario and Luigi
Yeah.
than Paper Mario.
I haven't played any of the Mario Luigi games. I really want to. I just have never pulled the trigger and bought one.
But anyway,
Yeah.
and the cool thing, another cool thing about Fallout, because we're talking about Fallout here, not
Yeah.
Mario RPGs. That settlement system, like I'm addicted to like upgrading those settlements.
You know what? I was at first, and I'm like done with it now.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting sick of it too because it's like screws are so hard to come by, and you have to have screws that make turrets, and like none of the settlements have any defense because I can't build any turrets because I'm always out of screws.
I'm good on screws. Oil, man. I can't find
Yeah,
oil for
oil.
the life of me.
Oil's hard. Joe said he was having a hard time finding adhesive, and I'm like, I find duct tape everywhere I go. So
Yeah,
I don't know
that's an easy one to get. But man, oil and screws were tough at first, but I just started picking up every fan or anything I could get
Yeah.
my hands on. But yeah, I was addicted to that at first, but once I got my defenses high enough in Sanctuary and everything, that's the only town I care about. And I think when I get the castle area, I'll probably fortify that one up too and make that my main home, or either that or Sanctuary. But all the rest of them, I'm not joking, I tear down their houses so no one can live there, and I let the people die who are there. I mean, I don't care. I don't want to watch out for them.
Wow.
I literally, Chance, you can go up to a house in this game once you take over the settlement area and you can demolish it. Like, you can tear it to pieces. So that's what I do. I tear all the houses to pieces. Maybe that's how I get so many screws and stuff, too.
Yeah.
I'm terrorizing people's homes.
It's probably going to end up like at the end of the game, like the settlers come to help you, and like Steven's not going to have anyone to help him. He's going to have to fight this
I'm not gonna-
huge boss on his own.
That'll be, if it takes anything from New Vegas, that's what's going to happen. So, spoiler for New Vegas, Dustin, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
But no, I enjoyed that at first, but yeah, once I did that, I'm kind of done with it. But the thing I just been to most is just exploring everything I want. Like most of the time, that stuff used to take me off in a game, but for some reason in this game, when I walk by something, I just want to go in it. I'm like, you know what? There could be a legendary enemy in here. Could be a safe with a good weapon. I don't know. I gotta explore it. I gotta see. And the characters have been pretty cool. Like when you get to Nick Valentine, he's a cool character. The voice acting at first in the game kind of starting off as a little up and down. And I know there have been some complaints with the dialogue system. People wanted more of that old school type of dialogue system, but this kind of Mass Effect-ish type of way doesn't bother me. So
Yeah.
I'm not that nitpicky about it. But other than that, the soundtrack, I know you posted about that, Dustin, or sent that message. Loving the music in it. It's just an awesome game. Awesome game.
Yep.
Certainly living up to the expectations that I set for it. That's all I want to do right now is play that. But it's just hilarious. It was seeing everyone on it, especially seeing you on it for that long, Dustin. I haven't seen you play a game that long in a while. Like,
I get
straight.
Yeah, I get started on it, and I can't. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, one more thing, and then it's like, okay, one more thing, okay, one more thing, okay, I'm gonna go do this for a second, and then like you just hours go by, you know.
Now, before we can move on from Fallout, before we get into anything else, Dustin, since we haven't had a podcast since you started the journey you went on, I just kind of want to know how your Metal Gear adventure as a whole right now, how you've kind of enjoyed journeying through all those games you busted out through. Because Chance, has getting into the Metal Gear series ever intrigued you in the least bit?
No.
No. No,
The-
not at all.
I played Metal Gear Rising, and I thought that the storyline would probably be cool, but I don't know.
Still a
Just
fun game. Metal Gear Rising's a fun game.
no, I love
Yeah.
Rising, but I just mean like the main games. Like I just can't see myself ever bothering.
You'd probably like Metal Gear Solid 4, but you'd have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
So just to recap, in the past few months, you've beaten Snake Eater, Portable
Yep.
Ops, Peace Walker, and
Yep.
4.
Correct.
So, what started this all again? I forget what even triggered you wanting to play this.
I think it was just because 5 was coming out, and I realized that I was like so far behind, and then I was like, all right, well, I'll just put Snake Eater in and play it,
Yeah.
and then like I got like addicted to Snake Eater, and then I was like, all right, well, I'll play the rest of them, and I didn't get through everything. I still need to do Rising, and then I need to do Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, which I don't have Phantom Pain yet, but I think I'm going to hold off on Phantom Pain for a while.
Might as well,
Because I mean Fallout's out, and then Xenoblade's coming out, and it's just like I'm not going to get to it, so I might as well just let it get cheap. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what made me just want to do Metal Gear, but I remember, but like when I had Metal Gear Solid, I played it and I really loved it, and then when I went back to it, and I was like, oh, this is not as good as I remember it being. But then Metal Gear Solid 2, I remember. Excuse me. I remember that demo that came with Zone of the Enders.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the opening tanker scene. And I had played that demo, like, to a ridiculous degree. Like, I would just go in there and, like, you would just mess around with the soldiers and you'd, like,
get their
shoot 'em
dog
in
tags. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember really liking Metal Gear Solid 2. So I was like, all right, well, let's go back and play 3. And then I was off. And then, Portable Ops was okay. It was good from a storyline perspective, but a gameplay perspective, it was kind of weak. But what it did was it kind of, made a foundation to build on with Peace Walker. Or did 4 come out? 4 came out first, then Peace Walker came out
4
afterwards.
first,
Yeah. But even then, like with the building of Big Boss's army, once I got the Peace Walker, that was like the most addictive thing was, stealing soldiers and training them and that kind of stuff. So that's why, like, I really think like once I get to 5, everyone bitches about 5 because it's not the traditional Metal Gear story fest that Metal Gear Solid 4 was, which sometimes it really did feel like you were just watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think I'm really going to enjoy that aspect of the game, the mother base aspect.
So would you put Peace Walker a little bit higher than 4? Just for that
Actually, I think I put 4 higher on my list because 4 just ties everything together so well that on the whole, as an experience, I think 4, if you've played all the other games, 4 is a better quote unquote experience, but maybe Peace Walker might be the better game. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because I remember, and I got to give you props, man, you sat down and went through like one after the other. Maybe had one game break in between each, if that. Sometimes you went back to back into them. And I know I had started Snake Eater just a little bit before you, and I had the same goal. I was like, you know what? I wanted to play through all that. I think it's because Alex was running his mouth about Metal Gear in the chat or something, which made me want to do it. I can't remember. And I wanted to start laying out and going through them too, but man, you blew through them. I was like, there's no keeping up with him, so I'm just going to pace him out when I'm ready to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Like, there's no keeping up with DK.
Yeah, if I get addicted to something, if I'm really into it, then there's no stopping me. But I don't know.
Because Peace Walker is the next on the hit list, and I think I've played the first mission in that game now, or the first hour of the game, at least 4 times, thinking like, okay, this is going to be the time I'm going to start it up and play through it, and it never happens.
Yeah. And you're playing the HD version, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, because playing on the Vita, you really do need that second control stick.
Yeah.
it was so difficult playing that PSP version, but I got through it. But man, there was a few times where you're like, wow, this is not a good control scheme. So,
Well, cool. because that was awesome that you went through that marathon and you did your Earthbound one kind of
Yep.
earlier
And I did.
too this year.
Yeah. And not kinda. I did all 3 games.
You did? Oh yeah, because you did do the third one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And then Soul Series as well. It's been a very my game of the year video is going to be very boring because it's going to be like all games from the same series.
Series of the year.
Yeah, that's all. You've knocked out some heavy hitters this year. That's pretty awesome.
I haven't beaten a game since like April, so
I'm looking at my list because I had to add Mega Man Legends to it. I forgot to put that on the list way back when we all finished that. And I think my count right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I'm at 20 games that I beat this year, and 5 of them are games I beat before. So that tells you how busy I've been this year. It hasn't been the best year for gaming for me, especially coming off of a couple of years ago where I finished almost 60. So kind of crazy. Kind of crazy indeed. But
I'm up to 28.
I feel like it's been way more than that for you.
damn.
Yep.
Really? Man, well,
Yeah.
you've had quality
What's
stuff though. You're playing through quality stuff.
Well, part of that was Dragon Quest 7. You gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
think, go ahead, Chance.
I think I'm right at about 20, but most of them were in the first quarter. But I, beat Bioshock 2 and Infinite back to back, and a couple Pokemon games in there. Replayed Halo, replayed Link Between Worlds. There's some replay stuff in there too. But
What's going to make it difficult this year is how we've all kind of adopted. I think, Chance, you've been doing it. But we've adopted now, me and Dustin, of what we've played this year, no matter when it came out, is we're going to kind of rank them. And I played Super Castlevania 4 this year, guys. And that game is amazing. So it's going to be tough putting games in the list like that. Like I'm playing Fallout 4 now. But man, Super Castlevania was really good. Area of Sorrow, really good stuff.
yeah,
So,
I didn't get that many new releases this year, as I don't most of the time anyway. So it would just be dumb for me to do a list like that.
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I've been doing that for a few years now. I just
Yep.
talk about the games, rank the games that I've beat, because otherwise it would just be exceptionally boring, even more boring than it is anyway.
Mega Man Legends, will it make the top 10? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, we got Mr. Nice Guy.
It was a really good game.
We got a Fallout 4 question here.
What?
My
On the
buddy,
page?
well, it's a buddy of mine, Mr. Nice Guy. His name is Damon. He picked it up after seeing like all his friends playing it. And he's collecting the comic books and stuff. You could pick up, and then it adds a point. He didn't know. He's like, how do I get the points and put them in the thing? I'm like, listen here, man. It's automatic. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And still trying to figure out the game. All right. He said he wished it was co-op so we could play together. Me too, my friend. But some people would hate that for a Fallout game. So let's not do that to the masses.
Yeah. I need to be alone in the wasteland.
Yeah.
But that's something else. So like I'm always on the search. I've gotten 3 bobbleheads so far, and I've got a lot of.
Oh dang! You got 3. I think I only got 2. Yeah, I got a bunch of magazines, but only 2 bobbleheads.
Yeah, the last one I picked up was the Melee one, and I was like, well, this is gonna be useless.
I'm sure I'll be cheating and looking those up in the future. Because I want to get the trophy or something for it.
Well, I definitely want. I have the Perception one, but I need the Charisma. I want the Charisma one.
My Charisma's sitting at 9 right now, so I'm all about Charisma too. So when you said that, I love being able to tell people, convince them to do what I want them to do.
Yeah.
A Nintendo Direct question for
Go.
the one who watched it. Was there any inkling of any Mario Kart news?
Like new tracks or something?
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're probably officially done with that now.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah, not that I remember, but I got to a point where I was kind of just skimming through it.
Unless Female Link makes an appearance as a character again or something.
She's in the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, I saw that, so I guess it's going to start begging the question if how they'll do the new Legend of Zelda, if it'll make it a choice as a female to
See,
be in there too.
I'm pretty interested in the Triforce, not Triforce Heroes, the whatever Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS, but I'm not interested in Triforce Heroes at all.
I
The
would if
puzzle one,
I had people who I knew would play with me,
yeah.
like
I got
if I had a group to go with.
I downloaded the demo, but I didn't even boot it up because it's like I don't think I even want to play this.
Yeah.
All right, the last little thing about Fallout, then we can be done with it. Because I was just now
I
looking at an
believe that.
article. The 9 things not to do in Fallout. Let's see how accurate it is. Don't expend your fusion cores. I agree. Save onto them. Don't necessarily max out all your attributes because bobbleheads and stuff will level them for you. That is a good tip. Don't hurry and don't forget to save. Also,
Oh yeah.
tips.
Don't forget to save.
Don't waste your precious super ammunition. Yes, hold on to your mini nukes in case you run into some death claw somewhere or some big old boss. Don't forget that water is bad. Okay. Water's bad. Don't explore with your pockets. These are all like common sense things.
Yeah.
Don't leave anything behind. Don't travel alone. Don't forget where your power armor is. Do you use your power armor any? I've only used it that one time in the story mission. That's it.
I haven't used it. It's setting back in Sanctuary.
Yeah, forget that thing.
Like my friend that lives close to me, he has like 6 or 7 suits of power armor sitting back at Sanctuary. I was like, where are you guys finding all this stuff?
I got 3 of them. I just don't use them. I mean, I find it, take it back, and I'm done. So
Where do you find it at?
just in random buildings sometime, like that you wander upon. They'll be sitting near one of those. If there's like that yellow thing that holds the power armor, like in Sanctuary, that
Yeah.
yellow metal casing. Sometimes if you see that near a building, chances are there could be one around there somewhere that was using it,
No, okay.
but not a big deal. All right, no more Fallout. Now, I want to. Did they show anything from Xenoblade? No, Dustin. Anything new? Trailer.
Again, I was just skimming through it. I think they
Okay.
did, but it's coming out in like 2 weeks. I don't need to see anything on it.
That's the thing I'm concerned about. I know I won't probably be done with Fallout.
Yeah.
Is your plan going to be to put it in, or are you going to finish Fallout first before you?
I'm gonna. Well, see, that's the thing. Like with the Elder Scrolls games, like I'll take huge breaks from them. Like I still need to go back and finish Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
But Fallout, I usually play straight through. So
Gotcha.
unless it's New Vegas, and then I get annoyed with all the glitches that happen, and then I stop playing it. But I probably will finish Fallout and then go into Xenoblade.
Was Xenoblade gonna be one for you, Chance? You're gonna try out, or you want to finish Chronicles first to see if you even like it, or?
I don't
What's
know.
going
I
on?
feel like I should buy it because at what point does it become an investment to just pick it up? But
I have a feeling this isn't gonna be the same issue.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's not gonna be the same issue.
I tend to agree, but still, I feel like if I don't buy it, it'll never get cheaper.
True.
I
That's
don't
true.
know. I don't know. It's certainly not a priority for me.
Yeah.
Because I still have not touched the original. But I'm almost to a point now where it's like, do I just buy the 3DS version because I'm probably more likely to play that than the Wii version?
Is the Wii version that Dustin sent you still sealed?
Oh no, it was never sealed.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah, no,
sent
it was
you
a
the new
it was a
one.
used copy.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't sealed. No,
Gotcha.
I've put it in and played a little bit of it, and it seems like I would enjoy it. But man, like I am such a I don't know. I just don't like committing to long ass games.
It's
Like
dude, I'm
just
right there
don't.
with you. I understand your feelings. But for some reason, a game like Fallout, it's just making it easier to handle. But yeah, it's long games. They're a commitment. They take time. At the end of it, when you see 80 hours to beat, you're like, man, I really put 80 hours of my life into this game.
Yeah, when I make a mistake a lot of times of going to like howlongtobeat.com and looking at like on average how long it takes to beat games, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play that. That game takes 60 hours. I don't want to play that. Give me something like 10. Give me a 10-hour game. I'll play that one.
So during all this hubbubaloo, since it's the fall and all these awesome games have been coming out, I know I kind of have an idea of what it might be for you, Dustin. But is there a game like you're kind of like, man, it hit at the wrong time and I really want to play it? I know the one for me is Asteria. I really wanted to play it, but it kind of fell here during a bad time. Like it's gonna miss seeing any gameplay.
Oh,
Is there
I
one
see.
for
I
you?
see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting ready to say before we started recording. I looked at Tales of Zestiria on my shelf, and I was like, "Oh, poor Zestiria."
Yeah.
I'll get to you sometime. Unfortunately, I think Trails in the Sky second chapter is going to be like that for a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, that
Yeah.
did come out for you. That is weird hearing that. As much as you love
Well, see,
Trails
that's
in
the
the
thing.
Sky.
That's the thing. Like it's because the game is so long and it's such a
True.
slow burn.
You're right.
It takes a while to ramp up. So I'm not really in like the ramping up stage yet. So like I'm thinking to myself like right now would be a good time just to kind of put it back for a little bit and then really hit it hard once, you know.
I think that sounds like the perfect game after Xenoblade
Yeah.
or something.
Or something.
Yeah. Chance, is there anything you've skipped on? Which I think you got the games you wanted to play the most. So I think you're good to go.
I haven't really skipped on a whole lot. I still haven't played what the hell, Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. Still haven't played
Old
the Old
Blood.
Blood,
Okay.
and that's one that I'm really like hating myself for not playing yet. Just because like I don't know. I just loved New Order so much, and I was just at GameStop the other day, and I really had to hold my hand back from buying the New Order again on Xbox One. I'm like, I want this so bad. I
I
want to
think
play
Black
this
Friday
again.
it's $9. Old
Okay,
Blood.
well, Old Blood is
Old
$9. Well,
Yeah, Old Blood
that
will be.
that may be what happens then, because I've just been waiting to buy that for some stupid reason, because it's only like $20,
Yeah,
brand
it's
new. So like, I don't know why I haven't done that.
I've
Uh,
purposely held off on that one just because it's gonna be my rainy day gaming funk game. Like when
yeah,
I get into the gaming funk, that's gonna be the one I pop in to get me out of it because I know
yeah.
it will.
But other than that, like I'm trying to think of what else came out this year that I skipped on. And I did skip on Mortal Kombat X, and I've just kind of been waiting for a bigger price drop on that.
I think Black Friday has a good deal on that one too, man.
I did pick up, of course, Halo 5, and I did get Mario Maker. Also, really excited to try that out,
Oh, cool.
and Black Ops 3, which I'll talk about a little bit, which I know is probably not the game that people want to hear about on this particular show, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway.
It's another one that went. I had to skip on for me because I knew I wouldn't have time to do it. Was the new Fatal Frame on Wii U. I really wanted to give that a try and delve into that, but wrong time. It was October. I was playing me some Dragon Quest Heroes and killing the Taken King. Nobody had time for that, man. Didn't have
Oh
time
yeah,
for it.
Taken King. That's another one for me. Sorry.
Cool. All right. Well, if
Oh,
you
and you both had to skip on Tomb Raider, right? Because you don't have an Xbox One.
that is
That-
correct, and I
that is
really want to
correct.
play that. I really want to play that.
Well, when is it? It's coming out for PS4, isn't it?
No official announcement yet.
Oh, okay. I thought
It's
for
a-
sure it was
it's-
like a time
Yeah,
exclusivity.
it's a timed exclusive. But they haven't
so it
announced
will be
they haven't
out.
announced when that time is going to be yet though.
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know. As much as I like to defend the Xbox One because it's my system, but I still don't totally understand like timed exclusives and things like that. It's like, okay, if you're gonna put it out on both systems, why the hell? Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't understand the benefit, because I don't think anybody rushed out to buy an Xbox One to play Tomb Raider.
It was the first one was really good. Never know, maybe there could be that die-hard fan. But for
Hey,
the couple million they put into probably getting those rights, I doubt it will make up the difference.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like how I don't see how that decision is a great one.
Yeah.
Hey, if Microsoft wants me to buy an Xbox One, they just have to say one name, Alan Wake.
I'll,
Ooh.
well,
If
Halo did
Alan
it for
Wake would
me. So
happen. Alan Wake 2. Oh my goodness. That's like one of the top 10 dream games. Hey, we're getting in near 2, and we thought there's no way that would happen.
Yeah,
So there's a chance. There is
yeah.
a chance. Have hope. But I was going to say about Xenoblade when I mentioned that is because I was watching a video the other day, Dustin. Apparently the game doesn't really start until like 30 hours in. It's that long of a game.
Oh, well, they were saying like it's gonna be like 300 hours.
Yeah.
good
Like the
God.
landmass is supposed to be like 3 times the size of Xenoblade. Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be huge, and I'm glad it does have some sort of co-op aspect in it, so hopefully one day maybe I can convince you guys to play with me. So either Alex or Dustin, chances you're not getting it. I just like playing with people, so. Without further ado, though, you can go ahead and tell us about some Black Ops 3.
Oh, really? Is it
We'll go
that
ahead and
is
talk out the games we've been playing.
okay? It's awesome, and that seems so odd to say about a Call of Duty game in today.
It
Yeah,
doesn't, actually, because all the other ones have been subpar compared to what we were used to back in the day. So I think you can say it's an awesome Call of Duty game.
it really is though. Like I'm not that far into the campaign, but damn, like they did some cool stuff with this, and I am enjoying it immensely. I like where the story's going, and the multiplayer is a lot of fun. But I've always enjoyed
Hey, I've
Call
heard
of Duty
people say
multiplayer.
the story mode is the best out of any of them.
I would venture to say that is possibly true because I haven't finished it yet, so I
Hmm.
can't fully say that. But dang, it is good.
There you go.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I actually like would suggest like even where I'm at right now, like once this game goes down in price, because it will be cheap eventually, it'll be like under $20. People should play this game because I think it'll be a decent first person shooter experience for anybody, like and actually a good story. So I don't have a whole lot other than that to add about it. Like it's surprising. It's refreshing even to spend full price on actually not full price because I am officially a Best Buy Game Club member,
Yeah,
so
nice.
I paid $47 for it instead of 62 or whatever. So I feel like that was a good price point, $47.
Yeah, not bad.
So um, yeah, I mean the multiplayer, you know what you're getting into. It's got some cool additions. Like there's a special, you choose a specialist, which is basically just your character. There's a mixture of males, females, robots, and yeah, it's you just pick one, and each individual one has a unique weapon that can be used once you build up a meter uh, in the multiplayer. It's sort of like your super in Destiny, where it just builds up over time, and then you can use it. And it's a very good weapon that you can't get. Normally you can't equip it ever. It's just a special. It's like an ability more than it is just a weapon. But I've spent the most time playing in Domination, which is where I feel like I am best suited to play because I'm not very good at it. At Team Deathmatch, I just die a whole lot. So at least with Domination, with a lower kill count, I still contribute by getting captures
Yeah.
and defense, and so I feel like that's where my time is best spent is in Domination. But all of the classic game modes are there, and of course, zombies is a thing again. I haven't spent any time in that. I played like 2 rounds, and it seems about typical to where that game mode has gone over the years. It went from being, to me, in my opinion, it went from something to be that was really fun when World at War came out, and then it was still okay when the original Black Ops came out, but then it just really got crazy with season passes and DLC. It got ridiculous over the
Yeah.
years, and I think it's just way over the top and not that fun for me anymore. Black Ops 2, I played a little bit, and I enjoyed like one map of the original maps that came with the game. But this one, there's only one map available off the bat, and then the rest of them come with the season pass, which is another $50, which I don't think I will be investing in. If I
Ugh,
want to
yeah.
if I want to buy individual DLC when they come out, I'll think about it. Um, I know it's more expensive to do that way, but man, I don't want to spend a whole another $50 on a game that I may be done with after I finish the campaign. Like,
Yeah. I could see myself doing that with the Fallout ones though, probably now.
well, yeah, I mean,
Getting those.
Fallout's a little bit different though. You've got a chance for a completely new experience with a new character build or something like that. But with Call of Duty, it's like once you've experienced it, you've experienced it.
Yeah.
There's not much left after that unless you just spend all of your time in the multiplayer. And there's a lot of people that are. There's people that have already prestiged multiple times, and the game's only been out a week. So whatever. It's a game I could definitely recommend if you like first person shooter online games and stories as well. It's definitely very good. Um, Other than that, I have hardly played anything for months. So
Mine's the same.
I played quite a bit of Master Chief Collection in anticipation of 5 coming out. I beat Halo 4. I played a good bit of Halo 1 over again, and then I also played a good bit of Reach uh, again. But that's really been it. Halo 5 and Black Ops 3 for the last couple of weeks. That's really been it.
Nice. We need to throw you an RPG in there somewhere to break up the first
Man,
person shooters.
I have several 3DS games that I have not even begun to think about yet. Including like SMT4 and
Yeah.
and other things, and Persona Q that I wanted to
Yeah,
beat.
let one of those be your all year game next year. Like, be determined to beat one of those.
It would take me that long probably. But man, I've just been for some reason, just bored with the 3DS games I have, and DS games for that matter, and I just haven't wanted to play any of them. It's kind of sad. I haven't played anything on handheld for months.
That's been the same for me. So I'm right there with you. It's alright. Unless you count Mega Man Legends on Vita, since I downloaded it on that at first, and then come to realization that, well, I started on PS3, went to the Vita for convenience, and said, "Forget this. I need that lock-on button." Back to PS3. So, well, if that's it, I can knock mine out real quick because we've
That's
talked
it.
about two of them already, being Dragon Quest Heroes and Fallout 4. Um, Talked about them, both awesome, great games that deserve your money. Especially Dragon Quest, because Fallout's making a bunch of it. So, and we already got the other Dragon Quest coming over here, but we're still not confirmed for 11. So to knock out any doubt, buy Dragon Quest so we can get it over here. Because the gameplay that I've seen of that, when they did that one demo a few months ago, man, that game looks gorgeous. It just looks beautiful. So let's make sure it comes over. Other than that, just doing the weekly Destiny. We raid every Friday night, so just doing our raids in that. We just finished. They released. It was weird how they did it. They had the normal mode of the raid come out first, and then they had the hard mode come out. So more challenging, better gear, a higher light level, etc., etc. And we've been doing the hard mode for a couple weeks now since it came out. But man, yesterday, and I'm thinking about posting a video on it. and because the final boss fight takes about 15 minutes to beat, and I don't know if you guys have ever used yours or you, Dustin, the share button on your PS4 to save a video clip because it saves the last 15 minutes of anything you've just played. And so I have that boss fight saved, and even though we've beaten it numerous times, something about the fight yesterday, because even though we've done it, for some reason we're having trouble. Or sorry, saying yesterday, but whenever we did it, and we're having trouble. Just couldn't get through it, and we didn't know what was going on. But we persevered, we pulled through, even with two men dropping down at one point, and we beat it. So if you keep fighting people, you'll make it through. Even though it's just a video game. But anyways, it was just cool that we made it through there after a long, rough evening. And just enjoying that. So other than that, I actually downloaded Trails in the Sky, the first one on my Vita, because I never got to finish that the first time through on PSP, and with the announcement of the second one being out, I wanted to play through the first one. So I downloaded it on the Vita for convenience sake, giving Xseed some support, because I know if second chapter comes out, everyone's going to want the third one after that. So whatever can help to get that met for the fans, I will help. So other than that, that's it for me.
That's one I should definitely double dip on and get on the Vita too, because there's no way I'm ever gonna play it on my PSP. So I might as well buy that on my Vita.
Yeah, I think it was only
Give me a
$10 on
reason to
there.
play.
So not bad, not a bad price.
I really want to play. Sorry, I really wanted to. I wanted to comment on it earlier, but I didn't speak up in time.
Hey, huh?
I'm like fighting the urge to play Fire Emblem again, because I've already beaten it twice, and like knowing that this new Fire Emblem game coming out, like it's gonna be so much. But damn, I really want to get that $80 pack. I think.
Hey,
Like, I
if you
loved
enjoyed the
Awakening
first one
so
that
much.
much, there's different games, kind of technically. So go for it.
Uh, Man, but then you said about the like, wasn't it like you buy the first one at regular retail and then you can get the second one for $20,
Yeah,
something like that, like digitally for $20. See, that's
yeah,
not bad either, but if the whole package is only $20 more than that, like it's 80 to buy the full deal, or 60 plus to buy it piece by piece. I might as well do the $80 thing. I
Do
don't
it.
know. It's something to think about. Fire Emblem Awakening was actually one of those games that uh, finally made me buy a 3DS, or like, because I wanted one anyway. But that was the one of the first games that I had planned to get uh, upon getting a 3DS, and it sure enough it was like the second game I bought there. I bought Code of Princess first, which was awesome. I loved it. Sorry, Mike. It's a good game, but uh, Fire Emblem was definitely the one that I had my sights set on. So I am super excited for a new Fire Emblem game. Sorry, and rant.
What about you, Justin? Other than some Fallout, anything else?
just Trails in the Sky, which is, if you like the first game, you're gonna like this one because it's the same engine. It's more of the same, which is, sometimes used to signify a bad thing, but when you have a game as good as Trails in the Sky, to have more of the same and then continue that storyline on, and it actually, it does a pretty decent job of like giving you reasons to revisit places that you played in the first game. So, whoa. Really. So anyway, really looking forward to getting back to that eventually.
Nice.
But that's about it.
That's all about the Fallout action, man.
I was gonna say we've been away for months, and all we can talk about is Fallout.
It, I mean, it'd be Destiny for me. And that's about it, because Destiny owned my PS4 for months. So, yeah, nothing
Well,
really.
I'm kind of hoping that like with the games that I'm playing now with Halo and Black Ops, that I can get some longevity out of them, because I do enjoy them so much. But at the same time, it is one of those things, because they're first person shooters and they're at full price. It's like, man, I don't want to feel like I've wasted my money if this is over too quickly. Which is kind of, one of the reasons why I haven't jumped into Halo yet, because I just want it to uh, last.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't want it to be over and then like stop playing it as soon as I finish the campaign. Like, I don't know.
Well, the one for I always like having a shooter ready, and Destiny I've kind of capped out what I can do in that. So Battlefront is kind of getting intriguing to me, but I need to look up into that, see if I want that to be my online shooter for now. But yeah, they got to hold their longevity.
You should just get an Xbox One and come play Black Ops 3 and Halo 5 with me.
And with that, folks, we should probably call this a wrap.
Spend all the monies.
I did want to touch real quick before we close this out on because me and Dustin at least we got to see the new Bond film. And you know something, Dustin? Even going off like your post, like what some people were kind of looking at it real negative. I can't go off of movie critics anymore because they were giving it like 60s and 70s. And even though like it wasn't the best Bond movie, it's still a good movie. And I was excited during the whole movie. And at one point was all like, "Geez, this is so boring." Yes, it has its problems, but
there was a few leaps of logic, but other than that, it's pretty damn good.
That first shots and that whole continuous cut. I mean, when the movie starts off, it doesn't cut away at all for the first like 4 to 5 minutes. That was unbelievable. The director who did that scene, I mean, that was just hands down. That was amazing. Like to be able to do that with no cuts, or if they did some movie magic, and
they probably did a little movie magic.
Yeah, but it made it look awesome still.
Yeah.
So glad to see that at least true like movie watchers are enjoying the movie still. I was gonna say Yoshi's Woolly World. Glad to see that Nintendo is still putting out a game that people are enjoying. Apparently, it was well received. Platforming can still exist this day and age, so I'm glad that Yoshi's Woolly World's doing good. I was actually gonna get it for my son, but it looked like it might be a little bit too tough for him to play. But I'm just glad to see Nintendo still they still make quality games, people. Even though the system ain't doing too hot, they still make some good games here and there. And good movies do come out still. That's where I was wanting to go. So good movies come out still too. And Supernatural Season 10, I finished that today. It was awesome. So anyone with Netflix, hop on the Supernatural train and have a big old marathon and catch up to me, and we'll talk about it.
Crickets.
No, but in all honesty, before we go, we do want to apologize again. We know it's been a while for episodes coming out, but hopefully with things kind of wrapping up for me here near the end of the year here, it can kind of get things more steady for the show to be coming out. I know we say that all the time, but honestly mean it this time. I know me and Dustin, or it might have been in the chat with you two, Chance, kind of talked about wanting us to show some appreciation to you guys. So when the new year comes around, we kind of have an idea of something we want to do for you listeners that we hope y'all will enjoy. A little soon for the details on it, but when more info comes out with it, we'll let you know when it's going to happen. So I just really want to say thank y'all for hanging in there during these times where we're in our little states trying to get things together, but we promise content is on the way. Even some more, we have plans for some Fallout 4 stuff, hopefully, if I can get it to work and enough people get on, where you might see us talking about that again here in the future. So that's all from me, guys.
Well, that's all from me.
Yay. I hope it'll be less than 5 months before you hear from me again.
I'm
That would
sure.
be nice.
Yeah, that'd be
All right. It was good hearing y'all's voices.
Likewise.
it was good being heard.
Goodbye.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.